Welcome back to Nick White Classics. It's time to clean some carts. Today we have one Nintendo NES cart and three Atari 2600 carts. I'm going to flip these over and reveal them one at a time, and then we're going to clean them out inside and out. So to start, I'm going to clean off this Nintendo NES cartridge, and then I'll let you go ahead and chime in the chat, A, B, or C. Just let me know which one we should clean next. First, I'm going to take my 91% isopropyl. Just pour a little bit in the cap, pour a little bit on my, oh, there we go, that's a bit much. So I'm going to use this to put it on my napkin here, my paper towel, so that I can clean the outside of this Nintendo NES cartridge. Here we go. Got the isopropyl on. I'm just going to start by cleaning the outside of the case. And do you want to know what game this is? Here we go. Boom, the big reveal, the classic Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt combo cart. This is from 1983. Oh, I don't see here. There it is, 1985. This was released, and this came with the original Nintendo NES game system. You know, some versions had just Mario, but other versions came with the Duck Hunt combo cart. And was pretty excited to get my hands on this because it's an absolute classic. If you collect Nintendo NES games, you kind of have to have Mario Duck Hunt combo cart. So just getting this nice and clean on the outside, and then we're going to go on the inside and get any dust off that chipboard there. Make sure the pins are clean. Okay, just going to grab a Q-tip. Dip it in my isopropyl, and boom. Yeah, exactly. So you can see there's quite a ton of dust in there. So like you say, you got to blow it and make sure it's free of dust. That is true. There is, even better than just blowing in the cart, we're going to wipe it out with some isopropyl. You can see we're getting a ton of dust out of there. We're just going to clean it out really good with some rubbing alcohol. Clean off those pins, make sure that they're nice and clean and we can get a good connection. And then when we're done cleaning this NES game, we're going to go ahead and clean off one of these three Atari 2600 games. So if you have a preference where we go next, A, B, or C, just throw it in the chat. And that's the one we're going to clean next. So you can see I'm just going in there and cleaning those pins off. A little bit of isopropyl and a Q-tip, and then I'm going to hit it with a dry Q-tip as well, just to make sure no residue builds up on those pins. And then we're going to plug this into the Nintendo NES and play it on a live stream one day soon. Usually on Mondays we do Mario Monday live streams. So only the OG know exactly. Sounds like you're in the right room. Thanks for tuning in there, Dave. Go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're into retro content. Got a lot more where that came from. So, which cart should we clean next? A, B, or C? We got three Atari 2600 cartridges, and we're going to clean all three. Just let me know which one we should clean next. Oh, Dave said he's got Custer's Revenge. No way. That is a legendary game for all the wrong reasons. I've never actually played it, but I know of it. We're going with C. Cool, so you can see we have three Activision games here, A, B, and C. I'm just going to set the Nintendo game here. You know it's Activision because it says so on the back of the cart, and also just the shape of the cart. So what game do we have? Boom, Skyjinx. So let's see if there's a year on here. This is obviously for the Atari 2600. Says one player using left joystick, Skyjinx. It looks like a skydiving game. You know, a lot of the Atari games have sweet detailed artwork on there, but this one just has like a screenshot of the game, which is pretty cool. What you see is what you get. And I don't see a year on this one. So we're going to start by cleaning off the inside. Hoping for ET. Yeah, I do have ET in my collection, and I actually did a live stream and played ET. I tried to beat it on live stream, but man, it's so tough. It's like nearly impossible to beat. But yeah, if you go back to my Atari 2600 playlist, you can see we do a series of Atari gameplays on there. You'll see one where I played E.T. or I tried to, man. I don't know how well I did. It's like you collect pieces to a phone, and then the FBI agents sort of take your pieces and you have to then recollect them. And it's a whole pain in the ass. Not that fun, gotta be honest. You collect Reese's Pieces along the way. But besides that, yeah, not a lot of good to say about it. But there you go. That's Skyjinx by Activision. I've never played this cart. I'm looking forward to trying it. We have 2 left, A and B. Just let me know which one we want to do next. Yeah, so I'm using 91% isopropyl alcohol. This is just a high percentage, therefore it's going to dry really quickly. The alcohol is going to get all the dirt and grime off your cartridge, and the high percentage means that it's going to dry very quickly, so it's not going to leave any moisture behind or leave any kind of residue. Yes, they did a big the 1983 video game Crash. Someone picked B, so let's go with this one here. This is another Activision cart for the Atari 2600. Just got my alcohol on there. I'm gonna clean the outside really good. The Activision is awesome because the company was created by a group of video game designers that worked for Atari, and they weren't getting the proper pay or the proper recognition for their work, so they sort of went off and created their own company and have produced awesome games ever since then. So this game is Fishing Derby. Yeah, B was one of the dirtiest ones, I think. So Fishing Derby by Activision. Again, another screenshot of the game. No fancy artwork, just a screenshot. Looking for a year, and I'm not seeing one on this one. But this is a 1 or 2 player game, and I remember playing this one when I was a kid. I always had a lot of fun playing this. You compete against each other. You got to catch the fish and avoid the sharks. And it's that easy. It's very simple, but very competitive. I remember playing this game with my cousins and trying to catch more fish than them. Now we got the outside cleaned up. We're going to go to the inside. Make sure the inside is free of dust and debris. There's kind of a lot of junk in this one, not going to lie. Yeah, I picked these up recently and not sure. I haven't tried them to see if they play yet. I wanted to get them cleaned off before I put them in my system. I just cleaned off my old Light Sixer, so it's an old OG system, and I want to make sure that it's nice and clean. I want to make sure I don't get it dirty by putting junked up old games in there. So I want to make sure these are nice and clean. And this is just a quick lunch hour stream, so we're gonna clean these 3 and then keep it moving. But if you're into retro gaming, Atari 2600, Nintendo NES, Sega Genesis, Nintendo GameCube, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. Got a lot more retro gaming content to come. Okay, so moving right along to our final Activision Atari 2600 cart. 1980 is when Fishing Derby came out. Thanks for looking that up for me. Appreciate that. And our last Activision game to clean today is Chopper Command. So this is an Activision game. Looks like a sweet side-scroller game. I can only assume you play as a chopper or a helicopter. Looks like we have cadet level and commander level, one player and 2 player game modes. So there you go. It's like a side-scroller helicopter shooter game. Let's go ahead and clean that up. I just have some alcohol on a paper towel. Just to clean all the junk and buildup. And you can see some of this discoloration and spotting. That's just from the glue that Activision used. A lot of times that would seep through since the game is, 45 years old. Ish. Okay, once that's clean, we're just gonna take the Q-tip to the inside of the cartridge. We're gonna, yeah, you could, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a ton of dust in there. Let's see. Yeah, see, there's dust and grime in there, so we're gonna get that out with a Q-tip. First, we wipe the dust, and then we use the other side to wipe the chip off. Make sure those pins are clean, free of debris. And there it is, looking good. Got a little bit off there, but overall this one is pretty clean actually. So there you have it. We cleaned off 4 games today, Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt Combo Cart, and 3 Activision carts for the Atari 2600 Fishing Derby, Sky Jinx, and Chopper Command. That's it for Cleaning Carts today. If you're into retro content, make sure you double tap, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and there's a lot more content to come. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a good one. Take it easy. See you next time.